can be quite annoying against a Chen. Mag, of course, is fantastic, as you mentioned, with that little interaction, but...
oh, mid-draw?
Mid-draw? Yeah, Trimasol heading into the mid lane.
Doesn't want to go to the side lanes.
No, he does not want to have to deal with Boomy nor Doom. As this time, Mac says, absolutely not. I'm not playing that Doombringer. Not for 3 games in a row. You ever have to do that? I think, what's the meme? Was it Mind Control that just had to keep playing Venomancer for one tournament? Or he just kept playing Tidehunter, I think?
I only remember the Centaur.
The Centaur. Yeah.
Mac was standing in for Envy's team, and they drafted Centaur for him every game.
Just, hey, you play Centaur now. You're a Centaur player, right? You play offlane? How about some Centaur?
Become the Centaur.
Become the Centaur. All right, tell me, before we get the horn here, quick prediction. Game number 3. What do you think?
What do I think?
Yep, I'm going to undercut you. I'm going to say I'm a fan of the Drow Ranger. Even though it doesn't really work with the Empower, I think they got it.
I think they're the better team.
Okay.
Boom is the better team overall.
Well, that's interesting because Adroit have been winning their head-to-head matchups as of late. They beat them twice in the previous One Esports League. Now, of course, haters and actually people with facts and logic will say that, well, Natsumi did just leave Adroit less than 2 weeks ago, so that puts him in a bit of an awkward spot, and not so much is true, but I don't know. I'm just kind of convinced here by the Chen. Mostly the Chen I'm a big fan of. It's not easy. It's not very easy.
Chen with Magnus though.
Chen with Magnus, no, it's not great.
It's a weird combination because when you go for Magnus, you generally would want to pair him with like an easy example would be like some kind of follow-up, like a Grimstroke, some sort of team fight, or some teams draft Jakiro, follow-up damage, you know, like what does the Chen do with the Magnus?
Definitely.
He's good at securing the lanes, you know, don't get me wrong. Chen is a very, very strong laner, and he gives you tower damage, he gives you a heal, you have a lot of 5 manpower, but he just doesn't really provide the follow-up damage to the RP.
I see what you're saying.
That's right. I mean, they have the Snapfire for that, I guess.
That's what I wanted to talk about, actually, because it is the offlane Snapfire FBZ. Not in his most played heroes, not in his recently played heroes, but...
Ooh, toss.
Just a bit of aggressive toss. But, you know, the offlane Snapfire, especially in SEA, is something that we see quite frequently, especially like from Raging Potato. He likes to play it quite a bit. I think he's on Execration, right? Yeah. Ice, yeah. Well, Ice will play anything in the offlane.
Well, the thing with talking about that is it depends on your team, because when you draft like this, right, the position 5 hero that's picked early, like I see Chen, Trian, Snapfire, for example, they have interchangeable heroes with the offlane. You need to have an offlaner and a pos 5 hero that has similar hero pool for that to work for your team. Because if you pick it and he's not a flex pick for you, then the hero loses a lot of value being picked early. That's why not every team does that.
No, definitely. We'll see. We'll see if it's an FBZ's hero pool here.
Don't think I've seen him play this hero.
Me neither. Me neither. And that's what kind of surprised me with the last pick. Like I said, it's not too uncommon here in SEA, but whether or not he actually plays it.
They tossed the Grimstroke.
Is that going to net them a kill? They will actually maybe turn now onto hide. A great stroke of fate will catch 2, and the Cookie in some trouble here. Could be CML, but May C rather going to be forcing out FBZ quite easily.
So much damage.
It's not even a Blightstone either on Clinks. Not even a Blightstone.
Well, how does he actually rate as a carry right now? I haven't seen much Clinks as a carry. I've seen him as a mid hero.
I agree. I think, and specifically, they still like to go for the Clinks mid. Sometimes Briar will pull it out, I think, for Crazy or BA, and they'll run it mid. But that and the Windrunner. But I don't know.
Is he that strong as a carry right now? I'm not very sure.
He got reworked, for those of you that don't know. He's basically back to the old Clinks, back to 7.15, I think, was the big update where they reworked him back.
But he wasn't even played as a carry back then.
Oh, I thought it was level 6. I was going to say that'd be insane.
Yeah, it's a Fairy Fire. Okay, Fairy Fire.
It was close. They force out the Fairy Fire. Drow Ranger, though, not a whole lot of regeneration on herself, though, so they're going to be in a bit of an awkward spot here for about the next minute until the couriers can make their run to mid lane.
Yeah, and both heroes are not heroes that are gonna buy bottle.
No, not especially this Drow Ranger. She is not gonna be a big fan of that. Not a bad, I mean, kind of a weird matchup, to be completely honest, right, in that mid lane. So I'm kind of curious to see how it'll go. Is Hyde getting the toss Abba? Is he going to save his life? No, he will not. Mason still having the attack range. And of course, you no longer get that +5 damage with every single kill during was it before it was Skeleton Walk, now it's Strafe. It was always Strafe, but you don't get that one in.
The thing is, like, if you don't pick your carries early, when you generate, because the Clinks was the overall last pick, and he's the carry, and you wait till the last juncture to pick your carry, generally most of them are already banned. If you pay attention to how the pick and ban phase has been going.
Yeah, exactly. And if you listen to any panelists, our panelists especially so smart, but also the NA panels or any of the other tournaments going on right now, they'll always say, oh man, they're picking their carry last, what's left is pretty frequently said. It's because if you look at the stats, they're overwhelmingly, all the bans are for actually cores, just mostly safe laners actually, as hold that thought, Bensoy gets a nice glyph. Yeah, the glyph as well is going to keep them in a safe spot. But if you take a look at the top 35 bans, the most banned heroes of the tournament thus far, the only arguable regular supports you get in the top 30 are Phoenix, Tiny, and Rubik. 3 heroes of 10 are your most banned in the top 30. Those are only supports. The rest, the 27 others, are all cores. They're all mostly safe laners, a few mid laners. But just so many. That's why we were both talking about it's kind of risky to keep your carry for the last pick, because it's arguably the most impactful role right now.
Yeah, but also the fact that initially teams were doing that, but then they realized everyone's adjusting, right? They're getting better at figuring, oh, this hero counters this. If you first pick this hero, I'm going to be able to counter your carry this way.
Of course, if I first pick the Void, then I can ban the Veno immediately after, or ban it in the first round, for example. People are still, I think, adjusting quite quickly, albeit
And
to the
we are at a
draft.
position right now where nobody or some of the teams are figuring that, oh, we just don't pick the carry hero early, but when there's not many good options remains, we go for like a tri-core draft, which we've seen quite a lot recently.
Yeah. I mean, I would argue both games this series thus far, right, having the Fearin in the off lane. A little bit less so, I would say, on the side of Boom. Last game with the off lane, I think fulfilling much more of a traditional off lane, utility core kind of role. As an high.
Well, yeah, so sometimes you say like utility hero, but I feel like any hero can build can be the utility by building utility items. Like NP can be like a greedy core hero, but you just need to figure out what you have to buy. He can be played like a Veno off lane.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, and that's the beauty of Dota, right? You can itemize for so many different ways, but I think naturally some heroes are going to be better suited for this quote-unquote utility role, like the Darkseer, right? And now we see him played more as the 4, but that's because of some other unrelated changes because of his kits and whatever that Ice Frozen.
But at the highest level, sometimes your captain or whatever, your drafter, he drafted a hero, and then your enemy does something weird, then you have to adjust.
You have to flex. You have to adjust. Yeah, that's really what the really high tiers of Dota are all about, being able to adjust on the fly, being able to last hit under the tier 1 tower as Hyde is going to now at the second one, but we are going to miss a kill. Top lane, bottom lane to make that, as Makoto with the kill onto Bensoy. Yep.
RP. That's going to even push the Magnus into an even further ahead position.
Yep.
He's farming so much right now.
He really is. I mean,
even the Chen is also like farming a lot in this lane.
Yeah, we were talking about how what's this? Oh, there we go. We caught it. Our second observer caught it. Wow. Production value. Thanks, guys. Shout out to the guys in production manning the studio down there. Under in-house obs, of course.
Yeah, so right now supports are taking levels, and you see both the mid laners are just moving aside.
Into the jungle, into the gold mines, as you like to say, right? For the drow, farming a few stacks.
And I'm always telling you that when you play mid right now, it's pretty important that you understand when are you supposed to make way for the supports to get levels. You can't just hog your lane jungle and just don't do any rotations. At least,
especially if they stack this much for you, right?
Yeah, at least right now the supports are, because there's nothing going to happen on the map. They don't have enough levels, they don't have enough items, so all they can do is just get XP, try to catch up some levels, and at least if your cores can't rotate like the Drow, you're jungling and at least moving away from the lane so your support can take the lane.
Nice stun there on the Macy. They just catch him in time. The kisses,
go near him.
Short range kisses. Is he gonna burn down? Oh, they're trying to find him. Hit him with the 360, and he will be able to escape, but just on a hair of HP by about 50. Nicely done.
That's like when you're playing as Enchantress, you want to go.
It's very counterintuitive, right? Run towards the lady with a literal shotgun, but in this scenario, it's very well worth it. Mac, he's looking for bigger fish, but he's going to find Kezcute as he'll run him down eventually here. Hurl the boulder before he goes, and just to show how upset he is. But not the biggest kill Mac was looking for, but hey, 260 gold in his pocket, he'll take that any day.
He's not using it anyway. Now he's moving top, trying to defend the tower.
Yeah.
There's no Mortimer's kiss.
Oh, wow, they really are teaming a lot of heroes over, looking for the deny probably.
Yeah, there's no ulti on the Snapfire. That's why they can defend.
Yep, quite easily at that as well. She's got some decent levels though. Look at this, just plenty of mana to constantly be harassing out. We haven't really seen too fantastic of rotations, really, from anyone this game. I suppose, obviously, with the Haste Rune, you can get away with a gank quite easy, even on some heroes that traditionally lack, you know, the natural built-in movements. As Dreamcell will show back up mid lane again. He's going for the drums after the double Wraith Bands and the power treads.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Good
under
build.
attack.
What's I wonder what the itemization here for the Drow Ranger is going to be. Is this a game you want to... Well, obviously the Silver Edge is no longer fantastic on the hero. But what are you looking for? Maybe a Dragon Lance? Yeah, right?
You need some mobility to move around against the Doom, the Clings. Extra range is nice.
Extra range is always really nice, yeah, definitely.
And BKB at some point.
BKB, that's going to be very, very necessary this game. I think, of course, the Necrolite ulti no longer... Again, they're just finding Kesku.
Both the supports are level 6 even before the 2.
Yep. It's pretty good. It's pretty good from Adroit. That's a note to really, you know, pick one in their favor, I would say. Good experience share among basically everyone here as we see both supports level 5. There we go, level 6 here for one.
I mean, for Boom, they have more greedy cores, right? Magnus and Drow, they're gonna soak up a lot of farm and XP on the lane.
Yeah, they don't really farm heroes early on like you would normally want to pair with like a Chen and a Tiny, right? Because those are heroes that run into your lane and kind of just...
Tiny.
They're the +1 you're always looking for.
They're trying to defend here. They have Mortimer's Kiss. Magnus has to come defend if they want.
No, they're going to go for it, though, with the Avalanche alone. CML looking to try and cancel this one. Kisses, I mean, it's good damage, but spread out quite a bit, and they're going to heal that up.
The catapult is not dead, so this is... I'm not sure how much this did. I think the Snapfire is in danger of dying here if they don't move the Magnus down to help him.
Yeah, there's no TP. We do have an RP available low, and that's, well, a free kill to CML if he gets a bit too aggressive. That might save the life of our FBZ.
I think he's still dead. They just need to go and find him.
They're waiting, but no, top lane actually. Wait, FBZ got that kill? Oh, FBZ left.
Recall, yeah, the Chen.
Recall, yeah, that's the strength.
Forgot about the Chen.
That's the Chen effect, right? Really helps you out in the musical lane scenario, giving them the all heal, but I'm actually high, gonna stay alive, and maybe now turn on to Macy. They are dusted up. We're just looking for a little bit more. We missed the RP there into the Ava-Toss combo that nukes down our Necrophos. CML. He'll show up, giving the Ink Swell for a little bit of that movement speed bonus. But look at this Dreamcell. He's going to begin knocking on the doorstep of the tier 2 here.
That's a very good exchange for Boom. They got the mid tier 1 in exchange for the bottom tier 1. Which arguably the more important one is the tier 1 at mid lane. Yeah. That's the most important tier 1.
It really opens up a lot of your jungle to be taken.
It opens up the Rosh as well. Yes. They have Drow, they want to take Rosh
especially when that's your advantage on the Dire side, right? That was really, wow, beautiful skewer there into 2 and hide.
Rubik has RP actually.
Oh, he does have RP. Nice spot, rather. That might be a little bit of a problem here. Of course, Rubik, generally one of those heroes that tends to struggle with these AoE around him abilities because he's not the tankiest guy, doesn't have natural mobility, depends a lot on his items, so it's not going to be the easiest thing for him to get off like an amazing 5-man RP, especially this early on when the spell steal is really short.
During early game, I would say any spell from Tiny or Snapfire spells are actually more useful than the RP.
Definitely, at this stage, right? It's going to be a lot easier to cast. Kaz cute, being some danger, but he's going to let the EF9 tornado behind him. Wow, they really do not like this Chen here. That's the second, maybe even the third ulti they've used on him, I want to say. All 3 root per scythe. He's just on Facebook constantly now. Is Tiny in a bit of danger? He's going to get absolutely eaten alive by Macy and CML. Good silence onto him. Droids, they're getting these little scrappy pickoffs here, one by one. That might be another one, actually. There's going to be the stolen RP. We finally see one get used. Soul Bind as well. A nice gust. That's not going to save the life, however, of Makoto. As Macy now with a double kill. The kisses, though, raining down onto Mac. Will he be able to dodge enough of these in time? The Yule Scepter buys him a little bit here, but of course those kisses do linger, and a little bit of more physical damage out from the Drow is all they need. Nice cookie there to get her to safety behind the tier 2 tower as Hyde. Yeah, he's now a respawn. The Ava will catch this Rubik and toss right back.
Way too greedy.
The arrows. Agreed. Much too greedy. That tower still on half HP as well. And they paid the price quite heavily on that. Boom definitely were in the chain feed territory there for a little bit for sure, but they recovered nicely after Adroit overextend a bit too much. It's so easy to just go for, oh, just one more kill, right? Just one more kill.
It's very, very hard to to stop doing that sometimes because when you see weakness, you kill the Magnus was dead after the Doom, and you feel like, oh, they have a core hero down, we want to get that one extra kill to secure the tower.
Especially when you kill him with his own ulti, right? You're like, I just styled on you, let's keep going. They're going for Rocho, they do it incredibly quickly. Yeah, not sure if they can contest here.
Plus Magnus.
I bet they're really wishing they had that stolen RP now, but down it goes, and Makoto takes the Aegis.
Game is still in a fairly okay spot for the Dire team. I think against this Aegis, they can still take a fight once they have their spells up. Doom, Reaper.
Yeah.
They have the double Doom with the Soul Bind.
They have the double Doom, double Reaper, double lift, double Fade Bolt is actually insane damage
even
as well.
Klinks is very, very strong hero in the team fight. So even against the Aegis, I think once they have their spells up, they should still be able to take the fight.
Definitely. Lots of big items coming. We saw 2 Blinks and an Aether Lens.
This is going to be huge, the Desolator.
Yeah. We're still a little bit farther away from that one. But the bounties will cut that distance here by just a little bit. It's about 800 gold.
Yeah, they're going to hit the first very, very big timing. The Blink on the Doom.
Yep. The Deso on the Klinks.
Yeah, Deso on Klinks.
Is Klinks going to be ready to fight against these guys, though? I mean, maybe Aegis withstanding, right? We can talk about the effect that the Aegis has.
He's going to have to stay on the side and wait for the fight to develop. Like, I think he has to wait for, let's say, the Tiny to initiate and then the RP to be used, and he comes in with his ultimate to clean up.
He's going to need to counter-initiate for sure.
Yeah, he has to wait for the Doom and the Necro to do all the dirty work first.
Of course, tank the spells, you know, get vision.
I mean, that's how you play carry.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, this is like the AM, the risk factor we like to talk about, and why Spectre is such a strong pick, because you can just get into the fight at a whim.
At the end of the day, you still have to make the correct decision, you know.
Makoto just breaks the smoke immediately.
He needs to clear the wave.
He does need to clear the wave, but
and Dire is gonna smoke up at this timing. Deathfall plus dagger.
Yeah, this is a big one. They do have a blink now on the Magnus. Actually, no, they don't have it yet. The courier is about to deliver it as
vision. Who has the vision advantage right now?
Yeah, I know. And so his smoke breaks, so he knows that there's someone prowling through the jungle. As there goes the skewer. They actually have found
the courier.
Oh, they did actually scout out Bento, and now the kiss is from well behind. Matt trying to get in, but he's going to be slowed by the shockwave and slowed even more now by the RP as CML and the supports all going down. But the Doom is now dropped onto the Drow, but she's going to go in and fight through this. And look at that, the Stompy creeps nuking down the Klinks. Boom, Esports complete a team wipe. And they will be held to pay for this one as Adroit. So they have really opened themselves up for some serious damage.
Yeah, they were all scattered across like the high ground. Doom was in the Roche pit. A couple of guys were in the jungle.
Yeah.
They were not like together, but I'm pretty sure they knew like something was coming because the way the Doom was positioning himself, it feels like he's already reading that there's something coming. That's why he was
I think they expected him to be around the Roche pit in the river, as it was actually only.
Yeah, but they also didn't have an observer. They didn't place an observer right away.
You're right that the positioning was really strange. Speaking of strange positioning, there goes Boomy now taking a death. Because the Klinks was like at the top tier 1 and he tried to join the fight.
He was very, very far away.
He was very far away indeed, as all the Stompy boys are going to get... oh, now he's got a collection of 4 here, does Cascute.
Good things come in pairs.
Good king, yeah, that's going to be doubly good for him, most especially. He's got him and the boys.
That fight gives them 5k lead.
Yeah, seriously, one fight. And they still have Aegis, so they're comfortable pushing their lead here a bit. How much farther though? That's some good damage. Oh, unfortunately, you have to get the Soul Bind first, not the Reaper Sight, but that's a very good 2-man stun. Cascute though, and Dreamcell looking to try and fight. Doom has gone down. Great damage as well onto our Necro.
It wasn't even close.
No, not at all. And now CML, it looks like he will go down. Hyde with a double kill as he'll get the kill behind with the tree. And I don't know what's going on here. Adroit, they've just completely lost the plot of this one, haven't they?
I think we're gonna have a quick one this time.
Yeah, which is quite surprising. They're going for more. Boomy down he goes, buying back Ruby the Grimstroke.
No buyback on the Rubik.
My goodness, this one has really unraveled itself quite quickly here. Macy not quite yet in the position to be fighting. That's going to be at least a lane of mid-barracks gone. This is kind of back to the Chen effect, right? The Chen snowballing. They can even go for top, actually, because they actually have the top tier 2 tower. Kodo is going fishing for Macy, but will not find him. We do have, actually no, Adroit, they don't have their ultis. They're going to have Doom in a little bit, most likely, but they're not going to have Reaper's Sight. They're not going to have the Soulbind, but they're still going to make the jump. Nice gust, though, will push them away from the Inkswell. And all the boys there, the RP, it's beautiful. It catches 3, pushing them away from the kisses, but that's okay, because FBZ can work with that. He's going to pick up at least 1 kill, and maybe more. They're looking for Macy. They have at least got an Aegis off of Makoto, but he's going to be back with a vengeance. It's Mac barely alive as well. They need a little bit more damage. They will find it. They've lost the Tiny, though, in the push, but CML will now die back. Buying back, however, will be Mac, and he's back. He's looking to crack some spines. I don't know. He's Necrolite. What does he do?
Bone Smasher.
He's a Bone Smasher. Is confirmed Bone Smasher. Thank you, Winter, Keeper of the Lore. Yeah, I don't know. Adroit, they played such a good game 1 and 2, especially a solid game 2 despite losing, and it's just really unraveled itself here, Winter. What's going on? How do they get this game back in control? Do they just have to wait for a few more items here? I mean, they've gone for the Midas here on the Clinks.
At this point, it's more like they're at the mercy of Boom.
I mean, 11K, 20 minutes in is some serious trouble.
You have to rely on your opponents to make a mistake.
No, and that's not looking too likely as they're looking for some kills onto Macy. Ooh, the Cookie's not going to quite catch him, but is he going to get a kill? He will, actually. Bensoy securing that one. They've only lost a Tiny, but 3 heroes dead. The Grimstroke TPing out of the tier 2, but Mac in some serious trouble. Controlled and killed. They've sent him to Facebook now for 70 seconds. They might have sent him off for the night as well. That might be the series here, Winter.
Oh, you like the face.
I really like the send him to Facebook meme. I think that one's hilarious.
I can't remember who started it. Like, yeah, back in pubs, like, people always talk about, oh, time for you to go Facebook after you took a Reaper. Because like a couple of months ago, Necro was like, or maybe a year ago, Necro was quite popular, and the Reaper is a lot stronger than right now.
Oh, Necro's been popular for, I mean, do you remember the old Necro eggs that would disable buyback as well? That was when really you were just deleted. You know, when you would get to play Dota for 5 minutes and then you would be, oh my goodness, this is just, I mean, boom. My goodness. You gotta give it to Adroit, though. They're not wanting to give up this series for free. Making Boom work for it, but already a 16K net worth lead here. I mean, that's not even a Dro strat. It's just, they just have a Dro. It's working this well.
And they have like a Magnus that empowers himself most of the time. Drow that's doing a lot of damage by her own. Actually, the damage still stacks a lot for Drow, even though you don't have cleave with it. But as a matter of fact, the early game when they use RP, mostly the damage is coming from the FBZ Snapfire.
Seriously, but that's I think already starting to change over. We're looking at the damage that Joe is doing, and yes, while it's not split damage to all of the people inside of the RP, as we've actually seen quite a few great RPs. I like this though, Adroit. I think this is maybe the one last push, right? It's the GG push. Or at least
all or nothing.
All or nothing. Oh, hi. Actually, he's going to get telekinesis up. That's going to break apart this one. The RP. Oh no, the Soulbind actually will catch him. This might allow Adroit to maybe try and escape, but look at the backlines though. Bensoy getting melted, and the Clinks trying to wrap around. Did not work out for them. That's the GG call, and will be Boom Esports taking the 2-1 series. These guys are looking good.
Yep, good games overall.